The fastest way through airport security is using TSA PreCheck. In fact, 93% of people using TSA PreCheck waited less than 5 minutes to get through security just this last month. So what are the benefits of using TSA PreCheck? How do you enroll? And what's the cost? The answers to these questions will be in this video starting right now. Let's go.
Dream vacations start here.
So for those of you who have flown before, you know what it's like to go through airport security. It's probably the least pleasant experience you could go through at the airport. And if you're a new flyer, you might have heard about this experience and are dreading having to navigate your way through it. However, if you're enrolled in TSA PreCheck, this process can be easy and stress-free. So let's talk about the benefits of TSA PreCheck. First, as I mentioned already, your wait time through security is most likely going to be 5 minutes or less, as opposed to the normal security lines where you could wait up to 45 minutes to get through security. This can be a huge time savings, especially if you find yourself in a position of running late and are now having to worry about possibly missing your flight. Second, if you're in the normal security screening, you will be required to take off your shoes, your belt, place all your electronics larger than a cell phone in a bin, take off any coats that you're wearing, and take out your bag of liquids and gels. Then enter a full body scanner. All these things that the TSA makes you do are what makes the lines long. However, if you're enrolled in TSA PreCheck, you won't have to do any of these things, which makes the security lines quick and easy. Now, as someone who has TSA PreCheck, the last time I flew, it took me less than 5 minutes to get through security. All I had to do was show my ID and boarding pass, place my carry-on and personal item bag on the belt to be x-rayed, leaving everything inside of it, including my laptop, and walk through a simple metal detector. I picked up my bags, and then I was on my way to the gate. Normal security lines can be unpredictable, and so it's hard to gauge how early you should arrive at the airport, but with TSA PreCheck, it's consistently 10 minutes or less, no matter how busy the airport gets. So, how do you enroll in the program, and how much does it cost? The cost to enroll is $85, and it's good for 5 years. Enrolling is fairly simple, and there's just 2 steps to the application. First, you must submit an online application for TSA PreCheck. The form is brief and requires you to fill in information including your date and location of birth, current address, height, weight, and eye color, among other things. Just make sure the name you enter on the form matches the name on your government ID exactly. You do have to be either a U.S. citizen, a U.S. national, or a U.S. permanent resident to apply. And if you have children under 12 years of age, they can go through the PreCheck lines with you without having their own PreCheck clearance. Once the TSA has reviewed your application, they will notify you that you have been conditionally approved. Most applicants receive approval notification in 3 to 5 days, although for some applicants, it can take up to 60 days. Once you have received the approval, you will then need to schedule an in-person appointment at an enrollment center that includes fingerprinting and a background check. The interview itself is pretty low-key. They'll ask you to verify the information on your application, and you may be also asked about your employment history and travel habits. If you have any criminal history, you should be prepared to give more information on that, but the entire interview process should only take a few minutes. You are required to bring a valid ID with you when you go to the interview, and I'll link a full list of the acceptable IDs down in the video description, so be sure to check that list out before applying. There are also over 450 TSA PreCheck application centers that you can go to, so more than likely there's one close to you. Once you have completed the interview and have been approved, you'll be given what is called a known traveler number, or KTN for short. This is the number you will need to add when booking your flights in order to get TSA PreCheck. You can see an example here of where you would add this number when booking a new flight. If you are a frequent flyer with any airline, you can update your profile within your frequent flyer account to add your known traveler number. That way, every time you book a new flight, it will automatically add your known traveler number so you can get TSA PreCheck. When checking in for your flight, the best way to tell if you have TSA PreCheck is to look on your boarding pass, and on it, it'll display the TSA PreCheck logo, or it just might say TSA PreCheck. If you don't see it on your boarding pass, either double check to make sure you added it to your reservation by logging into your flight reservation on the airline's website, or ask the agents at the airline's check-in desk whether your known traveler number is attached to your reservation. If not, you should be able to add it at the airport so you can access the PreCheck lines. So there is another program that a lot of people get confused about, and that is Global Entry. Global Entry will help you speed through customs and immigration when returning to the U.S. by using a kiosk rather than through a customs agent. And the reason some people get the 2 programs confused is that Global Entry also includes TSA PreCheck, but not vice versa. That's why you might want to consider applying to Global Entry instead and get access to both programs' benefits for $100 rather than just TSA PreCheck for $85. I'll link the application forms for both programs in the video description, so if you decide to enroll in either program, the link is there for you. And hey, if you found this video helpful, check out these videos here. And if you have any questions, feel free to post those in the comment section of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.